Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, Platinum Bricks 95, and it's still Lego Spider-Man September. Firstly, as per usual, I want to give a big shout out to all of the new subscribers on the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. All of the support I receive on these videos means a lot to me. So yeah, honestly, thank you so much, guys. And if you are watching and you're not subscribed, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button. But if you don't want to, I totally understand. Secondly, a quick almost like channel update, if you like. I did my first YouTube shorts this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and they did really well. So what I'm going to do from now on is post a video, and then on the 2 days that I don't post a video, I'll be posting shorts. So you can expect some shorts on the channel. So yeah, guys, I'm really happy with the shorts, and we're going to carry on doing them. So guys, as you know, it's still Lego Spider-Man September, which I'm super happy about and I'm really excited about, and I'm enjoying the process of doing it. So obviously today we're actually back taking a look at some new Lego sets, more specifically new Lego Spider-Man sets, and a sort of continuation on buildable figures. After the Iron Man was released in the Infinity Saga line, they've gone on to do these 3 Lego Spider-Man buildable figures. So the sets in question are set number 7625, Miles Morales. We have set number 76226, Spider-Man. And we have Lego set number 76230, Venom. So guys, we're actually going to be taking a closer look and sort of reviewing all 3 of these Lego sets today. As you know by now, it doesn't really make much sense to do these all individually. I mean, you might as well do them all in one video. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. Alright guys, as per usual, I hold my hands up and I've babbled on for way too long. So let's get right into reviewing these Lego sets. And we're not going to start with the minifigures because there aren't any. Let's go! Right then guys, here we are taking a look at the first of the 3 Spider-Man buildable figures. Now, this is Lego set number 76225, Miles Morales, just like I stated during the intro. Now, I'm having a bit of an issue on sort of how to film him. As you can sort of see, he just about fits in the shot at the moment. So what I'm going to do is leave him posed, and then I'm going to take you in for a closer look so you can get an idea as to what he looks like close up. And then I'll sort of pan back out and I'll show you some of the playability features. So let's go in for a closer look. So guys, I did just want to give you a bit of a closer look so you can see sort of all the joins and structures and how he's actually built up, and an idea of the sort of detailing. Now, the first thing I'm going to say about all of these sets is there was not one sticker, and honestly, I could not be happier about it. All of these are printed tiles and they are all just so gorgeous. And as you can sort of see here, his body does twist, but again, I'll show you all of his sort of playability features as we go on, and you can sort of see there's a lot of joins, there's a lot of room for maneuverability. But like I said, I did just want to give you a look at him a bit closer in detail so you can sort of see. I will just quickly turn him around so you can get a look as to what he looks like from the back. And as you can see, it is far less impressive and far less detailed, but I don't think you're going to really worry about that. I mean, it is a £25 set, so you can't expect too much. But yeah, that's what he looks like close up. We're going to cut into his playability features now. Alright then guys, well now that you've seen somewhat of a closer look at him, I'm going to show you all of the playability features. Now straight away, his head rotates 360, leans backwards, forwards, a little bit left and a little bit right. Obviously you can see it's a ball joint there, so it can't go as far as you maybe want it to, those directions. But really, that's a minute thing to complain about, and you may think that it snaps off quite easy, and I suppose if you go backwards it kind of does, but his head's not going to be in that position that often, and genuinely it's quite sturdy, which I am very happy about. Now, oh, his arm's gone a bit funny. There we go. Now, I will straight away say all of these come with these shoulder epaulette things, and they do add to the overall look of the build. They do add a sleek sort of covering to all of the joints, which I do really like. However, they are the flimsiest parts of all of these builds. These are the most prone to snapping off. However, the connection is good, but it will snap off every now and then. And you know I don't like that. But honestly, apart from sort of these bits, which do just clip onto his hands sort of there, and are sort of optional, if you like, that is the worst. Those are the worst. So yeah, not terrible in general. Before I get onto his arms, which I will just put out like that, I did just want to show you, his body does rotate entirely 360 degrees. And I do really like that, because it just adds a lot more mobility. He can be sort of looking sideways. You know, it does add a lot of playability, which, you know, is sort of is the reason for these. They're sort of meant to be like modern Lego Action Man. Now, I don't know how many of you remember Action Man, but I do. And yeah, they're kind of like Lego Action Man in that sense. Anyway, when you go sort of to his legs, they sort of go this way, but they don't. The thighs will go left and right, but that is it. They do not go, oh, they do go backwards and forwards, my fault. So yeah, complete mobility on the legs as well then. So that is really, really good. And obviously we do sort of have the joints down here. They can sort of go left and right, but it's kind of realistic in the sense that your leg doesn't move exactly like that independently, so neither do these. So yeah, I actually really do like that. A thing I'm not the biggest fan of, I understand why they're here, but they all come with these sort of, you know, I want to say kneecaps or knee guards, and they're meant to cover up the joints, which they do nicely. But again, it's just, I don't like them personally. Unless they're pushed fully back, they look really good. However, whenever you, let's say you do that and then put it back, there's a big gap, and I don't like that. So they need to work on some sort of seamless join between those two joints. However, again, it's a minute sort of complaint on my half. Now, I will say this, the legs, the feet are good, even though sort of feet don't really move like that. They don't really go up and down. However, they are sturdy, which you may not be able to see. I'm going to take the box away so you can. Like, he does stand up absolutely fine, no problem. And honestly, I've got to be honest, all of these figures are structurally sound, and none of them are flimsy, which is nice, actually, which is really rare for figures like this. So yeah, props to him, because it's really, really good. Now, we'll get onto the arm. I'll just put the box back. We'll get onto the arms. Now, the arms were a bit of a weird one for me, because obviously I like the sort of upper parts of the arm, absolutely fine, lots of mobility. However, this is where it's a bit weird. Like, his arm can only do that. It can't sort of rotate, which I suppose is true, really. Again, I suppose when you think about it, I've just knocked a bunch of boxes off my side. I'll pick them up in a minute. Yeah, I suppose when you actually think about it in terms of anatomically, is that right? Or anatomically? I don't know. But in terms of that, it's quite accurate, because a human body does move this way. Not like that. And if you meet someone whose head does this, genuinely run for your life. And their body can do this, you want to be running, like genuinely. But in general, I do think it is pretty cool. But that is, yeah, it's almost like they've gone too far to realistic with this figure, because like, you almost want the arm to move there. However, I respect the fact it doesn't. I've got to be honest with you, I actually really do like it. And finally, onto the hands, you can sort of see there is a clip there for sort of these parts, or not these parts, but this part, to sort of just click on there and make it look like it's shooting a web, which again is just a nice touch. They really have paid attention to detail. So yeah, I do really like that. And the hands themselves are absolutely fine, bog standard hands. So yeah, all in all, a lot of playability, and 90% of it is really good. All right then, guys, well, that was a look at Miles Morales. Now it's time to look at the main man, and that is, of course, Spider-Man. Let's go. All right then, guys, here he is, the man himself, the main Donny. It is Spider-Man. Now, same as before, I'll just take you in for a closer look so you can get a look at him, see what he looks like, and then we'll sort of pan out, show you the playability, all right? So let's get it. So then, guys, again, all of this is printed, not a bit of it is a sticker, and you just got to respect that. You really do have to respect it. And also, pan out just a little bit, that's Spider-Man. That's accurate. And I didn't say it about Miles Morales. However, he is also very accurate as well. So yeah, they're just all incredibly accurate. Now you can see I've sort of got him posed in a different way, but you can sort of see round here, see his arms, his shoulders, all of that. His torso and his head obviously is where he stands out, because again, all printed pieces. Then we come down to his legs, which are pretty good as well, and as you can see, incredibly poseable. I'll just take this away. Again, no problem standing up on his own, which is amazing. So yeah, this is what Spider-Man looks like close up. Now we'll get a look in at his playability. Jesus, alliteration. Actually, now that I think about it, here's the thing. I may be very negative about the things I'm about to say could be quite negative, but I want you to know this is not about Spider-Man himself, because when you actually look at him, he's gorgeous and accurate. However, he is built and made up of exactly the same parts. There's a few tweaks here and there as Miles Morales, because they are essentially the same figure, which is rather annoying, because I had to build these back to back, and my gosh, it drained me. It really did drain me. Anyway, getting into the playability, exactly the same as Miles Morales, a 360 head spin, left, right, up, down, all of that. Same sort of problem with the shoulder epaulets. As you can see, they do just fall off when you try and move them, but they are necessary. And again, I'm not saying Spider-Man looks bad. He looks amazing. However, he is built exactly the same as Miles Morales, or rather, more accurately, I'd say Miles Morales is built the exact same way as Spider-Man. You can see weird arms again, exactly the same build. Basically, what has changed is they've added different parts to the sides of his legs, and different parts here, and a few different pieces about, but genuinely it's the exact same minifigure, wow, buildable figure, which is rather annoying, I'm gonna be honest with you. However, again, great playability, great functionality, you know, flimsiest parts, shoulder pads, and the things you actually clip on like this will fall off unless you want imposed with them. Like, it breaks off very easily, but it's, you know, it's not, that's not, you know, they're meant to break off. They're optional, like I said. Again, like you just saw, complete 360. He's got loads of playability, loads of functionality, forwards, backwards, left, right, up, down, you name it, he can do it. Same with his legs, exactly the same with his feet. But genuinely, I'm going to stand them next to each other, and I'm going to give you an idea as to what they actually look like in terms of parts that make them up, because stand them next to each other, you can basically see they've tweaked a few bits here and there, but essentially they are the same thing. There's too much of the same going on. Now, don't get me wrong, I know they're meant to be, you know, based very similar, and they are the same thing. However, it's too samey for me. Like, if I brought down Iron Man now, which I'm actually doing as we speak, let me grab him. Okay, here we go. Look, this is Iron Man. And you can see all of the details on him compared to them. Do you know what I mean? They're exactly the same. He's not. Now, I think this was more of an expensive figure, Iron Man. I think it retailed for around 30. These are 25. But you can see here, they're so the same. Now, don't get me wrong. Venom's got the same problem. But Venom is unique in his own way, that it really does make up for it. So without further ado, let's get into looking at Venom. Alright then, guys, well, there's a reason that I left Venom till last, and you can probably see why when you're looking at him right now. Now again, same as the other two, in for a closer look as imposed, then we'll get into the playability. Alright, let's go. So guys, here is a closer look at Venom, and you can just see the level of detail on him in general. Now, I'm going to be honest, all of these are not stickers. There's no stickers in these sets, and I absolutely love it. Now you can see he is very, very one-coloured compared to the other two buildable figures. However, again, accurate. This is what Venom looks like. And yeah, you can sort of see he's got claws and the arms and the shoulders, and he looks a lot more menacing and sort of wider almost than the other two figures. But anyway, we'll get into his playability now. So guys, this is Venom, and you can sort of see how, like, he just looks awesome, doesn't he? Now, you can already tell, and I'm going to get on to my last point again, look how different they actually are. Now look at his body compared to his. It's just different. It is. I don't care what anyone says. He just looks bigger, beefier. There's more of him, and I really do like that. The legs are completely different and don't look the same. So yeah, you can see my point from earlier. But enough on them. Let's get a look at actually Venom. Now the thing about Venom's head is it is on a ball joint, but it can move like that. And again, if you see anyone's head do that, run for the hills, genuinely. But it can't go as far backwards and forwards. Now, I wanted to get a closer look at this. I mean, it just looks awesome, doesn't it? His tongue sticking out like that. You can sort of see. It actually does look like Venom. Now, I'll be honest. This kind of does look like a face on its own. And maybe that looks tacked on. But you get it at the right angle, like there. It does look like a tongue. And it does look like it's coming out of his mouth. And I really do like that. And again, all of these are printed. None of them are stickers. Now, the cool thing about Venom as well, these only rotate like that. They are attached via a stud, a Technic pin, which is even better because then much less likely to come off and come loose. So there's not actually that much flimsy stuff on Venom. Well, apart from his tongue. His tongue can be knocked quite significantly. But it does mean his arms are a bit more limited in the way they move, which is I don't know if it's a bit of a shame. They just can't go above his shoulder, really. And it's exactly the same on the other side. But again, I want to get into his hands in general, because yes, the other people had hands, but that's how you do hands, mate. That is how you make him look terrifying. And genuinely, like, posed like that, he just looks amazing. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me he doesn't look cool when he's just posed like that. He looks so menacing. So yeah, amazing. And you wouldn't have thought it, but he can turn his entire body around. And let's just take a look at the printing on the back. Again, exactly the same. It's all printed pieces, and you've got to love them for doing that. Like, I really cannot commend them enough for that. But yeah, his body does turn completely. And again, you could say he's a bit blander, but it's accurate, and it does look terrifying that he's this hulking giant thing that's coming after you. It looks great. And again, I'm not going to go crazy on the legs, but you can see the differences. Like, use different pieces, make it varied. They haven't done enough of that on those two, in my opinion. And yeah, they, again, forwards, backwards, left and right. So accurate and decent. And you can sort of see here as well, his legs do move exactly the same as the other ones. And his feet and the bottom half of his legs are about the only things that he's got in common with the other two figures. So yeah, Venom for the win. Alright then, guys, that was my closer look and review of these Lego sets. Now, I didn't go too crazy in detail really on them, because I'm going to save that for my pros and cons in the outro and my rating out of 10, which I'll give to these overall, because I'm not rating them all individually, although one of them stands out a lot more than the others. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the pros and cons and the rating out of 10. Let's go! Alright then, guys, well there you have it. That was my review and closer look at these Lego sets. And we're going to get into the pros and cons now. And I think today I'm actually going to start with the cons. Yeah, we're going to start with the cons. So, con number one is something that I've mentioned, but I haven't said too much about it. It's the price of these Lego sets, really. I personally don't think they should be above, I don't know, $20 or £20 in the UK. I don't know why there's an extra £5 tacked on. It could be because of our economy, which I want to stay as far away from as I can because I don't know anything about it. But genuinely, I think they're £20 sets. And I think you could add a bit more to Venom and make him a £30 set. But the £25 price point, it's kind of annoying me. So yeah, definitely the price, because I don't think they're worth 25 quid. I think Venom might be, but the other two are not worth £25. So if you can get them for 20 quid, definitely get them. But if not, I would stay away till they go on sale, because the price point is just weird. It's a weird price point. Okay, so my second, and funnily enough, final con, because I'm actually struggling to find a lot of cons with these sets, is the similarity of the builds. Now, as I keep stating, like, Venom is by far my favourite, and he has a lot more going on than the other two. However, regardless of that, he is still built the very same, and I get it. With the mini mechs as well, they're all very similar, but they're unique in their own way. These two have the exact same legs with a few pieces, and not even structural pieces, by the way, detail pieces that have changed. It's built in the exact same way, and it's just a bit frustrating, really, because you could have done a bit more, and in my opinion, they are all very samey. Now, Venom, like I said, is the most unique of the two, but Spider-Man and Miles Morales really are just the same thing with a different colour and a few pieces changed. So yeah, that's a major con. So guys, on to the pros. As I told you, I couldn't really think of that many cons. So yeah, pro number one is the amount of playability on these. I mean, come on, I showed you. They basically do everything you want an action figure to do. And that's amazing. That's all we want. And there's not loads of flimsy parts. Which segues me on nicely to my second pro, and that is how structurally sound they are. These things don't fall over. You can pose them in a place you want them to, and they'll stay there. And that's brilliant, because how many times have I been on this channel moaning about things falling over and being wobbly and having to struggle so hard to put them on a display looking good? That doesn't happen with these. They are incredibly structurally sound. Bits don't break off. Alright, yeah, some of their shoulder bits break off, but that's literally it. And you might lose a finger here or there. But genuinely, they're pretty structurally sound. So yeah, I've got to give them props for that. So guys, my third and final pro, I think you know what I'm going to say, but we'll see, we'll see. It's the fact that there is no... Did you get it? Probably. There's no stickers. There's no stickers on this set. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's unbelievable. I mean, that just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, you get stickers on 4+ sets. It's ridiculous. No stickers. Amazing. Yeah. No stickers and printed pieces is so rare, and it's just brilliant. I've got to be honest. It's absolutely amazing. So, guys, based on my review, and based on my thoughts and opinions, and my pros and cons, I almost want to rank these all individually, because I think overall, I've got to give these a strong, by the way. I don't do 0.5s, otherwise I would, but I've got to give these a strong 7 out of 10 overall. Because, in my opinion, this is the way Marvel's going to go now. We'll get a figure for everyone, I imagine. We've already had Iron Man, we had the Baby Groot Buildable, now we've got these 3 Spider-Man characters. I can only see this happening. We'll get the Avengers, we'll get Captain... I can see this happening a lot, and this will be the future, I imagine. However, if we were ranking individually, I do think we'd probably give you a 7, we'd probably give you a 6.5, but I don't do a halves, but you would get a 6.5, and he would get an 8, because he is a beast. However, average it all out, round, nice number, I don't know if it's a round number, but a nice number, 7 out of 10. So then guys, there you have it. That was my review and sort of closer look at these Lego Spider-Man buildable figures. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments if you got these sets yet, and what you actually think of this. And do you actually think, yeah, that Marvel is going to do this in the future? Can you see it becoming a trend? Because I honestly can. If you could like, comment and subscribe, that would be really, really appreciated. I'm very close to 400 subscribers, so drop me a subscribe if you feel like it and help me get to that number. It would be amazing. And as I just stated, definitely get down in the comments. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on the video, guys. Also, if you could check out my Instagram, it will be linked at the top of the description down below. It's just photos of my Lego Marvel collection and what I'm up to in day-to-day life. So yeah, definitely give it a follow if it's something you're interested in. Alright then guys, there you have it. That is the end of the video. Another video in the books for Lego Spider-Man September. All that's left to say is thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.